Hey, Blue Table fans! Today we're going to take a look at some Eldar grav tanks, and I'm going to make some comments about basing and magnetization. First off, we have 2 Falcons and 1 Wave Serpent, and in 9th edition I think they've done a lot better job balancing the different armies and making sure that not as many units are left so far behind. Sure, there's tweaks here and there, and the competitive nature of humans will make sure that you always have little competitive differences, edges, so to speak. All right, anyway, first off, this is a matching project where we matched existing units for the client. And okay, so Falcon grav tank it has a pulse laser, which we magnetized here. There was really no reason to do that, but we did do it. And then it can have the 5 basic types of Eldar heavy weapons on the other side. This actually didn't call for magnetization, so we just did bright lances and scatter laser, which kind of came with the kit. And anyway, so when you're magnetizing these models, they only give you one of these little housings on the side. And in fact, let's take a look at another piece here. So you see that little shell that goes on top? You only get 1 left and 1 right. So for the Wave Serpent, where you need 5 different weapons twin linked, so 10 options, you have to have 10 housings, or you have to double magnetize. So you have to magnetize the weapon and you have to magnetize the housing to it, so that it fits through all the things. And of course, with how fiddly this is, it's hard to get a really good magnetization. The other thing you gotta watch is that the weapons are parallel, because when you're drilling out those magnet holes, that is really easy to miss. And this just turned out really great, so check this out. Bam, those come off and they just snap on so nicely. It's 1/8 inch by around diameter by 1/16 inch thickness is the magnets that you want. And these were just drilled right in. They have a kind of a little bit of a hole there to guide the drill on it. Now, magnetizing them to the base. So if I can get this off with one hand, I will show you. So now what we've done is you can use the plastic stands for this one. They actually are strong enough. And we used a metal rod, though. That's kind of our standard thing. I think some of these have plastic, some of them have metal. It works just fine in these cases. So we take a donut magnet. So this is a cylinder with a hole drilled into it. It's 1/4 inch thick, 1/4 inch in diameter with a 1/8 inch hole in the middle. And you just, since these are truncated, you can just stick that right on top and it fits, and just clip the plastic out. And then we take a flat 1/4 inch by 1/16 inch thick topper, and we just stick it on and glue it on there. And then the bottom of the tank gets a corresponding magnet. Yep, just a 1/4 inch magnet will do it. And they stick on there really good. Watch this. Click. And then it just, you can move it around. It doesn't jiggle. There's really no, it will give if you tilt it like this. But then it just snaps right back on. Whoop, maybe not. Maybe not if you do it too harshly. But for play, there's absolutely no problem lifting this up and moving it somewhere else. So that is how you do that. Now, for tournament purposes, first off, if you're going to do custom rods, well, they've got to match the existing rods. But if you look at the history of flying stand rods from Games Workshop, they have a lot of different heights here. And quite frankly, if you make them very tall, give them a very tall profile, and if it were beyond what the published parts are, that would be modeling for disadvantage. That's bad for it to be taller. Everybody wants their skimmers to be like super low. And the question is, how low could you make them without having a tournament problem for modeling for advantage? And the answer is very, very, very low. So look at this one. That looks like a reasonable height. This one's a little taller. That one again is pretty low, but guess what? These aren't even the smallest and shortest ones. So let me just get this off of here, if I can. Again, yeah, that's a good sign that it doesn't come off too easy. Yeah, those donut magnets really pack a punch. Okay, so the smallest or the shortest rod here, if you take the top and the bottom off, which would be embedded in the base or the tank, is only 3/4 of an inch tall. Like it's even shorter than this. Like you'll barely be able to see the base at all if you put this on. So yeah, I would say confidently that is no more than 3/4 of an inch, probably even just a little bit less. So you can reasonably, and I believe tournament legally, since these are the pieces that come in the flying kits, make those rods really short. I know some people will be asking about that here and there. So, and just so you know, painting magnetized parts, super time consuming. Which took longer, painting these 10 magnetized options with the housings, or painting the entire tank itself? Well, the entire tank definitely took longer. So that is my video about magnetization, magnetized bases, magnetized weapons, and heights for Eldar grav tanks. Thanks for tuning in, and I know you got your information for the day.